America's winter season comes to an epic conclusion as we crown a champion. 8 of the top Hearthstone players from the Americas have gathered in Hollywood, California to dust off their best decks and duel until only one player remains. The winner earns a spot at the Hearthstone World Championship, the $25,000 first place prize, and of course, bragging rights. Whose preparation, passion, and belief in the heart of the cards will lead them to victory? Pull up a chair and find out as the 2016 Hearthstone America's Winter Championship begins.
Well met, and welcome to the Hearthstone Championship Tour America's Winter Championship. I'm Robert Worthingwing, joined at the desk by Savij and Cora. Over the course of this weekend, we'll watch as 8 players duel for a share of a $100,000 prize pool, and more importantly, a trip to the Hearthstone World Championship later this year at BlizzCon. Savij, Cora, how you doing? You excited to be here?
I could not be more excited. We have a big announcement coming up and a lot of exciting Hearthstone action all weekend long.
Super excited to be back. My second ever live broadcast. Great to be with you guys again. And of course, now I get to ditch that pesky amateur caster title before my name. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here. Glad to have you as well, Savij. We're also glad to have TJ Sanders, who's standing by over at the sidebar to break down all the high-level analysis over the course of this weekend.
Thank you very much, Rob, and the rest of the casters. I'm here at the sidebar where throughout the weekend, I'll be joined by some of the brightest minds in competitive Hearthstone, and also Rayned. Rayned, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, TJ. I was a little concerned that the audience would feel a little bit intimidated from an analyst desk. It's a little bit too good-looking, but glad you're here to help balance that out, buddy.
Anything that I can do to help. Glad to have you here, Rayned. Always a pleasure. But we have an exciting weekend filled with card slinging action. I'm looking forward to it, but let's take a look at what we're going to see today. We're going to start the day off with a very special announcement from the Hearthstone developers. And then we'll head right into Group A with Chalky versus Nostum, and then Amnesiac versus Talion. The second half of the day, we'll head over to Group B, where we'll see Bill take on Owl Sky High, and round off the day with Chess Dude versus Snail. How the group stage will work is we split the 8 players into 2 4-player groups. The groups will play out in double elimination fashion. At the end of Saturday, we'll be left with 4 players who will move on to a single elimination playoff stage. And at the end of it all, we'll have our Hearthstone America's Winter Champion. I know someone else who's excited. We actually have our very own Frodan who's standing by fireside. Frodan, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great, TJ. Well met. Don't worry, buddy. We have some cold water under the sink to apply to those burns. I'm doing excellent. I'm here on the fireside part of the tavern where the players will be fighting for their stake of $100,000 and 1 ticket to the Hearthstone World Championship. They've come through a long journey qualifying through points of ladder play or becoming a fireside gathering tavern hero. We put them in a 128-man double elimination bracket where we took the top 8 players to advance here in Hollywood, California. Couldn't be more excited to see who is going to be able to get the best of each other in a battle of wits and strategy. Now, we want to remind people that we're playing a best-of-5 Conquest with 1 ban. If you guys aren't familiar, Conquest, at its simplest form, is win once with each deck in a blind pick format. Let us know how you guys are doing. Let us know who you're cheering for, who you guys are wanting to win, as well as some of your favorite moments. Hashtag HCT, and let us know on Facebook and Twitter at PlayHearthstone. And with that, we're done with our introduction. Today is March the 11th. That's right. It's time for a special announcement. We have special guests, senior producer Youngwoo and lead game designer Ben Brode, who's here in the house. Ben, are you guys ready to drop the knowledge on what the future for Hearthstone is?
Oh, we're so ready. I can't wait.
All right, well then take it away.
It's so exciting to be here today. In fact, 2 years ago on this day was the official launch of Hearthstone. So it's really awesome to be able to share some awesome news about what's coming next on our 2nd birthday.
Indeed, yeah, it's exciting. And look, the team's been working really hard to prepare for what we're announcing today. We are going to be talking about Hearthstone's newest expansion today. And before we do that, I think it's important to remember that this new expansion will herald the beginning of the standard format.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this because the players will be able to choose how they want to play Hearthstone. If you're interested in a faster changing meta, the standard format with a smaller rotating card pool will allow the new expansion to have a greater impact. If you're the kind of player who wants to get all of the new cards from the new expansion and play with all of the old cards that you know and love and try out all the crazy combos, the WoW format will be available for you too. So we've started laying down the groundwork for both the standard format and the expansion coming out. So we will be patching on Monday. And with this patch, we'll be showing you guys a preview of the user interface that you'll be using to switch between standard and WoW format. And you'll also be able to start using your 9 extra deck slots right away.
Finally.
We finally have the technology. We'll also have a new feature coming out called Deck Recipes, which will help you build fun decks for each of the 9 classes. I'm excited about that. It's a patch that's chock full of cool stuff, like new search filter functionality for your collection manager, and even things like support for the Thai language.
Young, I'm really excited about that patch, but I'm really excited to talk about the upcoming expansion.
I mean, that's what they're really here to hear.
It's, I mentioned that the team has been working super hard on it. I think it's one of the best things we've ever done as a team.
Absolutely. But it's a little different than what we usually do.
It is. Look, you may think you know what we'll be talking about today, but I guarantee you, you do not. We have some great surprises in store. But before we talk about exactly what it is, I think it's important to set the mood a little bit. This is not the same as things we've done before. And actually, the inn has been, getting a little darker recently. It's raining outside. Stuff's changing, Young.
Yeah, I mean, the inn is usually filled with really friendly people and everyone's just laughing and being boisterous. But recently, we've had these strange hooded figures come into our inn. They're murmuring, chanting.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely not exactly like the jovial inn you remember where the innkeeper comes in and slaps you on the back, makes you feel good about being there.
And some of our best friends have started behaving really strangely.
No, I totally agree, Young.
I'm talking about you. What is that?
I think we are set the mood well enough, that dark mood we're talking about. Please get ready for the cinematic for Hearthstone's newest expansion.
Now I've got a tale to tell you of the ones from long ago. There's an evil that's been dreaming, but now it's softly screaming. From the darkness, their power will grow. Their voices are made of poison. When you listen, you are sure to be disturbed. You can lock your doors. You can say your prayers. No creature can resist their wicked words. Never mind, no need to worry. That's all just a story of the whispers of the old gods.
Whispers of the Old Gods is Hearthstone's newest expansion.
Whispers of the Old Gods will have 134 new exciting and sinister cards, and it will be launching late April, early May.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this expansion. There's a lot of cool stuff. I think it's really important to explain who the Old Gods are.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
The Old Gods are these massive creatures who are chained beneath the earth. They're kind of a mass of eyeballs and tentacles. And these are the creatures who enslaved Ragnaros and the other elemental lords. They created the Nerubians and the Faceless Manipulators. These are the things that turned Deathwing into Deathwing. So,
Yeah, really, in the world of supervillains, these are the supervillains of the supervillains.
Yeah, they're mega. And their only weakness, Young, is that they are chained beneath the earth, and they can only really work via influence, by whispering to the creatures around them and slowly corrupting them over time.
Yeah, so the dark influence of the Old Gods have been slowly changing some of the minions we know and love in Hearthstone. Sometimes it's a little more subtle. Let's take a look at one of our good old friends, the Loot Hoarder.
I remember Loot Hoarder.
So we'll be talking about a few of these minions that have been corrupted by the Old Gods today. So the Loot Hoarder, he's 2 mana, he's got 2 attack and 1 health, like a little guy. He's a little greedy, but adorable, and you don't mind hanging out with him. But let's see what happens to him after the old gods are done with him. So the Sorry. So the
He's rude.
polluted.
He totally interrupted you. Man, he's changed
I
a lot.
interrupted him. I'm in big trouble now. So the polluted hoarder is the first card revealing from Whispers of the Old Gods, and he's an example of how, like, a subtle way the old gods can change, corrupt our minions. So for 4 mana. You play him. He's got 4 attack and 2 health, so he costs twice as much. He's twice as big and twice as vicious. So, this is an example of a minion that's getting bigger and stronger and more vicious because of the old gods. But the twisted whispers of the old gods can sometimes dramatically change a minion, so much so that they almost become a polar opposite, an evil twin, like maybe with a mustache.
Yeah, definitely with a mustache, yeah, of course, yeah.
So let's see, what else is a minion that could have gotten corrupted by the old gods? Maybe Anti-Keelbot?
Anti-Keelbot? How?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know why a mechanical creature can get corrupted by an old god. I guess we're about to find out. So, the Anti-Keelbot, you play it for 5 mana, and he heals you as a battle cry for 8 health. I mean, he's a good dude. He comes out when you're getting beat down, and he bails you out, and he loves healing people and making things better. But once it's become corrupted by the old god, it becomes something completely different. Let's see what that looks like. The corrupted Healbot is 5 mana card minion, and it's got 6 attack and 6 health, so it's much bigger than much bigger for its mana cost. But instead of as a battle cry healing you for 8 health, as a death rattle when it dies, it heals your opponent for 8 health.
Man, look at those machine guns stocked with healing syringes. I
know. It's got like the chimney in the back is all corrupted by evil tentacles. So the corrupted Healbot is almost the mirror image opposite of the Anti-Keelbot. And I like cards like corrupted Healbot because I like taking a potential downside and turning it into a tactical advantage. So imagine playing a card like this with the Akanai Soul Priest, and instead of healing your opponent for 8, you could be dealing 8 damage. So
boom.
I'm really excited to play this in a priest deck.
I'm excited too. Look, Young, there's one minion that has been expecting the old gods for a long time.
That's true. He's been calling the end is coming for a really long time.
Yeah, and Doom is finally here.
So, of course, we're talking about our good old friend, the Doomsayer. And so the Doomsayer has been saying the end is coming forever, and it's been kind of an indefinite delay. So what the Doomsayer does is you play him, and then at the beginning of your next turn, he blows himself up and everything in the board in kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. But now that the old gods are here and the end is actually here, he doesn't need to do that anymore. He's not going anywhere. He's here to party. Let's see what that looks like.
I was right all along.
He sounds more than a little bit smug.
Yeah.
So for 5 mana, Validated Doomsayer has 0 attack and 7 health. But at the start of your turn, it sets its attack to 7. So you play this guy, at the start of your next turn, he becomes a 7/7 minion. He's drunk with the old god's power. He's really angry at everybody who's been making fun of him. It's like, oh, it's that guy again that says the end is coming.
Yeah.
He's going to be beating them down. Super exciting.
Young, we've now seen how the effects of the old gods can affect cards that we remember from other Hearthstone expansions. But I've always wondered what it would be like to unleash the power of an old god itself. And in Whispers of the Old Gods, there are 4 old gods. In each of them is a legendary minion in the set. The most insidious of those is the old god Cthulhu. And Cthulhu lives in an ancient temple. He sleeps beneath that temple, and while he's been sleeping, cultists and followers have been gathering around that old god, trying to wake the old god up and empower Cthulhu so that Cthulhu's at maximum power when they unleash him upon Azeroth.
Yeah, these cultists are more than just slightly corrupted by the old gods. They're completely on the old god side. So when you play these cultist minions, they empower Cthulhu. They buff him in some way, regardless of whether Cthulhu's already on the battlefield, whether it's in your hand, or maybe even when it's in your deck. So let's take a look at one of these cultists.
Are you my master?
So the Beckoner of Evil, when you play her, as a battle cry, she immediately gives Cthulhu +2/+2, wherever it is. So let's say Cthulhu is in your deck. This tentacly portal will open up, and you'll see Cthulhu looking at you from beyond the portal. And you will see it getting stronger, getting 2 more attack and 2 more health. And it's not just you who can see this happening, it's also your opponent. So as you can imagine, as you play out your Cthulhu deck, both you and your opponent will see Cthulhu getting bigger and bigger. And so your opponent knows Cthulhu is coming.
Cthulhu's coming, yeah. And there are 16 cards in Whispers of the Old Gods that interact with Cthulhu in some way.
Let's take another look at one of these dangerous and sinister cultists.
Do you hear its call?
Don't be fooled by its adorable appearance. The Twilight Elder is a very dangerous minion. You play Twilight Elder for 3 mana. It's got 3 attack and 4 health. But what the card does is at the end of your turn, it gives Cthulhu +1/+1. So guaranteed when you play this card, Cthulhu's going to get bigger by +1/+1. But every turn you're able to keep this minion alive, Cthulhu's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So Cthulhu might not start out as the biggest minion in Hearthstone, but you can really easily see it getting completely out of control.
All right, let's take a look at the legendary minion Cthulhu itself. Spoilers.
Shocking.
My dreaming ends. Your nightmare begins.
So throughout the game, you'll see Cthulhu start out at 6/6, but get more and more empowered by the cultists. So it's not going to be unusual to see Cthulhu at 10/10, 14/14. During playtests, it wasn't out of the question for it to get as crazy as 20/20. And when you play Cthulhu, immediately, let's say it has 20 attack, it will fire off these 20 crazy-looking eyeball missiles at everything on the board, including your opponent's hero.
Yeah, it just goes. It just keeps going and going.
I think it's actually more like.
All right. Well, we can show you the video we almost showed you accidentally earlier. What you'll see is, we're going to play Beckoner of Evil. You'll see that portal open, and you'll see kind of the current status of the Cthulhu that's still in your deck. Then Cthulhu will be drawn, and it's all over from there, I think. Let's take a look.
Are you my master?
It's really intimidating.
Jimmy! Oh, there's Cthulhu.
So brutal. It's so brutal. And I mean, usually when you play Cthulhu, when it's fully empowered, it's usually going to wipe out your opponent's entire board, and now your opponent has to deal with a
huge minion.
giant, angry Cthulhu eyeball. So I love cards like Cthulhu because it really encourages you to build a deck around it. There's 16 different cards in Whispers of the Old Gods that interact with Cthulhu in different ways. And I really look forward to players figuring out what the best Cthulhu deck is. And since there are a bunch of these cultists, you're going to be running into them as you open your packs of Whispers of the Old Gods. And we thought about this, and it was really important to us that when you open up your card packs and you see these cultists, that you're really excited about them. It's like, oh man, I got a card that empowers Cthulhu. Like, I'm really excited to try this out. So we thought about this as a team for a little while, and we wanted that to be a really cool experience. So when you open your very first pack of Whispers of the Old Gods, you will not only get those 5 cards that are in the pack, we're also going to give you the legendary minion, Cthulhu itself, for free with that first pack.
Absolutely. I think that's awesome. And also, we're going to give away 3 free packs just for logging in. So everybody gets 3 packs and the legendary old god Cthulhu itself.
Yeah, it's going to be really awesome. When you log in during the promotion period of Whispers of the Old Gods, you're going to get 15 Whispers of the Old Gods cards and Cthulhu, and get ready to rock with the Cthulhu deck.
Look, guys, we have a lot more to talk about as we get ready for the release moving forward. Check out our website, oldgods.com, and we've managed to corrupt some of the YouTubers and streamers, and you'll be able to vote on how the Old Gods cards are revealed and in what order, and they'll be helping them reveal those cards. It's really going to be awesome. I'm excited about the whole reveal going towards the release.
I know we're going to be showing so many cards over the next many weeks, and I can't wait to see how players react to all of it. So you can actually pre-purchase 50 packs starting next Monday when we release our patch. And you can't open those packs until Whispers of the Old Gods launches late April, early May. But you will also be getting, I think, the best card back we ever made. It's the Cthulhu Eyeball card back.
It's super awesome, and I think we have an animation we can show you. It's animated in kind of a crazy way. Let's take a look at that.
Oh, God, stop looking at me.
Yeah, don't look at me. Oh, jeez.
There's a really, like, walks that line between super creepy but somehow cute.
Yeah. No, it's, I'm super excited about this card back.
Yeah, I can't wait to play with
Yeah.
it next week.
Hey, Young, that's all we have for the announcement, but don't go away. Not only do we have the greatest esports ever coming up, but we're going to be revealing a couple more cards during the tournament this weekend. It's going to be nuts. I can't wait for the first match.
Yeah.
Shocky versus Nostum.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch it. So I hope you guys watch that game with us. It's going to be really cool.
Dude, Shocky brought some nuts decks to the preliminaries. I can't wait to see what he brings.
Yeah, the crazy zoo deck with the giant and the enhanced Meccano.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Would love to see more of that.
Well, it's coming up very soon. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's run that cinematic again. I love that cinematic. It's great.
Let's do it.
Now I've got a tale to tell you of the ones from long ago. There's an evil that's been dreaming, but now it's softly screaming. From the darkness, their power will grow. Their voices are made of poison. When you listen, you are sure to be disturbed. You can lock your doors. You can say your prayers. No creature can resist their wicked words. Never mind, no need to worry. That's all just a story of the whispers of the old gods.
The Old Gods! It's coming! I felt like Ben Broda was channeling there. The Old Gods! Really awesome to just see how everything has come together. TJ, give me some of your initial thoughts here, now that you've heard everything coming out of Ben Broda and Yongwoo's mouth.
Oh, I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see what the other Old Gods are, and to build a deck around Cthulhu is going to be really incredible. And I'm going to be the first in line to pre-order those 50 packs and get that sick card back, so I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, and Raynad?
Cthulhu looks awesome. I can't wait to see how it plays out in different classes, and yeah, really excited, like DJ, to see what the other 3 gods are.
I'm excited that Raynad's the first in line to get Cthulhu 20 to the face directly with a full board. It's going to be an awesome time, and again, check out oldgods.com. But the real fun is about to begin. We have our first match of the day, so let's